think I'm actually going a little bit crazy. I think I'm losing my mind, like in the insanity type of way. So we're gonna walk out to my garden and I'm gonna talk about it to you, and I'll see if I can come to any kind of resolution, which I probably will, but here we go. Oh, and isn't that a sight to behold? The first one's to bloom. That one's getting ready to pop. That one only has like 4 petals, but my chamomile just like proliferated, and that is such a blessing. There's random salad greens, and the bok choy is about to flower, and it really wants to go to seed, so who might stop her? Okay, I'm gonna put you in with the chamomile. I don't want to work, but I want to have a career. I need money in order to live, and I hate that because it seems so unnatural. Like, but at the same time, you know, I want to make a bag. Like, I went to college, I worked very hard, and I burnt myself out. And there are videos on this YouTube channel of me in active recovery from burnout. And that was rough. If you've ever been burnt out before, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. I basically would get out of bed every morning and feel exhausted. That might just be leftover mononucleosis that's just hiding out in my bone marrow or whatever from high school. But I don't think the mono from my senior year of high school in 2017 is stopping me. 2018 is stopping me from living my dreams. I think it's the fact that it feels like it's really hard to be alive. And I knew that going into this. There's no easy way out. I just want to be happy and I want to enjoy my life. So I followed my dream of becoming a farmer, and I'm pretty bad at it. Like, I don't want to be one of those farmers who gets up at 4 a.m. and doesn't stop working until like 7 p.m. Like, I don't want to just burn myself out again. That doesn't seem like the point. The point is for me to connect with nature and plants and just like feed my soul, man. But I think the point of it all, the point of living, is just to have an experience. I just want to have a good one. I think everyone does. But when I get a job, I am utterly miserable. And I've seen this on social media, so I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. And like, the feeling of time passing by when I'm at my employment job setting where I'm getting paid to fulfill a certain role is like a certain kind of torture, because all I'm thinking about the whole time is, when can I get back to my small business that doesn't pay me any money but does a lot for my soul and hopefully does a lot for the community and will do, you know, a substantial amount, you know, for the world on a small scale. Like, I was talking about this with my partner last night. Like, it's so weird to me that I get paid to do something that feels like it doesn't matter. There are a lot of jobs out there that I just feel like should not exist, but they pay you money to exist. And it's just weird. It's weird that I get value in the form of money to do a bad job at something. Or maybe even, I shouldn't even say that, like, just do an okay job at something. I have my degree. I have my degree in political science. I have a bachelor's degree from the St. Joseph's College of Maine. And I have a 3.9 GPA. Like, I'm so employable. But I'm also really scared of working for other reasons than what I just talked about, which, I don't know. This mosquito's trying to find the prime spot. I saw a doctor, a woman with her medical doctorate on YouTube Reels, and she was like, I don't make enough money as a doctor, so I do social media on the side. That's pretty freaking apocalyptic. Wouldn't you agree? Like, you have to become, and even if you like being online, like being an educator online and an entertainment source for other people, like I scroll through short form content all the time throughout my day, and I think about that, and I'm like, well, I could do that. I did do that through the whole pandemic, and I gained like this many followers, but it's on TikTok, and anyone can go viral on TikTok, I guess. I just don't want to go insane again. I love being sane. I love the fact that I've pretty much healed from my burnout. And I made money from my part-time job, which isn't even that bad, but it's just not something I'm super passionate about. It's something I'm pretty good at, and it's honestly kind of valuable. It's just not in the field that I want to be in particular. It's just where I have a lot of skills. And then all the money went away in like a few days. I put like half of it into savings to like rebuild my savings, because I was living off of my savings for a while. And then once my savings account got to like $400, I was like, I gotta fix that. And I knew I needed to fix that. So I started this job that I know I could get, and it would be safe. I had a lot of jobs where I didn't feel safe. Jobs where the boss wasn't just like incompetent, but the boss was a bully. The boss like would actively bully their employees. And that is just all sorts of messed up, psychologically speaking, because I took a business class once after I graduated with my bachelor's degree. I wanted to start a small business, and I wanted to do it right, so I took a business 101 class at the local community college. And like the first thing in how to be a boss 101 is try to be a good team leader, try to keep your employees happy. And like most of the people I've worked for, not all of them, I've had like a few people, like managers, people that were in charge of me in a work setting that like were good. But like I wasn't happy in the job. The work wasn't something I wanted to do. It wasn't in my field. I was on the phone today with it's not the alumni office, but for just clearness and understandability, it was with the careers for alumni office of my college. And the woman, I knew her on the phone. She was wonderful, and she was giving me wonderful advice. And then I was like, thank you. I'm going to go do these things. But I know I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have a hard time doing it because it gives me so much anxiety. It just makes me just not want to. And I want to share her advice with you right now. It was like, just put yourself out there with not a lot of expectations. Like, there will be opportunities. You might just not see them right away. And also update your LinkedIn. That's a lot of what I did my senior year of college. I was like, time to get a job. And so I went to all these like career center meetings where they hosted experts and professionals, and they would give you a PowerPoint keynote presentation where they would be like, here's all the tricks and tips of the trade of getting a job. Here's a mock interview session. And I went to all of those things. I went to most of them. Not a lot of people went to those, if memory serves. But I am more anxious about getting a job than ever, and I've talked a lot about it in therapy. I'm pretty lucky. I have a wonderful therapist. Everyone says this, and I'm also going to say it, but you need to really shop around for a therapist. If you're not 110% happy with therapy, you need to find another therapist and just keep going. I know it's daunting, especially if you're in a bad place mentally, but like, it's not like you're dating your therapist. You don't have to like commit to one therapist. You can just go around, and you don't have to share your whole life story on the first meeting either. You can just talk about things that are kind of surface level that you want to work on, and you have to be active about it. But like, yeah, that was my advice. But anyway, little sidetrack. I like being alone in my garden. I love it. It fuels my soul, and I want to have a way to get money through that. So I go to farmers markets and I sell my wares, and like, that's great and all, but that doesn't pay for me to live. Not even close. It pays for itself to exist. It's like a big hobby that I want to turn into my career, but it's honestly pretty daunting. But like, whatever. My mom kept telling me, she's like, you need to do something else in the meantime. And I was like, I know. I'm just terrified. I'm terrified of being miserable again. Like, I can't let myself get to the point of misery that is just so bad. This stick smells funny. I don't know what this stick is, but it's got brown in the center. And it smells kind of weird. Erin, why don't you just work on a farm? I did work on a farm, and it was kind of awful. Not because of the work. I loved the work. But for legal reasons, I'm scared to talk about what happened there. I just breathed in a bug. And I don't really want to work on a big industrial farm. I guess, I don't know. I guess I could work on another farm. I kind of don't want to work on a farm as my part-time job that gives me money and allows me to live and like maybe go to Starbucks once in a while. Man, I felt so humbled today. I was like, I have money in my bank account. I can buy myself a coffee from Starbucks, and I'm going to buy it in one of those mugs. So I'm saving the planet a little bit because I really wanted a chocolate croissant and a good latte. And I'm sorry, but a Starbucks latte is just the best latte I've ever had. I'm sorry, but it just is. And their pastries are the best too. So like, whatever, I'll tip the barista. It's gonna be $1. I'm sorry, I'm poor. But it was like, I looked at my bank account after, and then I realized I didn't have all that money that I thought I had, because you have to pay for so many things to live. And everyone's talking like, oh, recession indicator. This is a recession indicator. And I'm looking around, and I'm keeping that in mind, and I'm noticing things are pretty bad. I don't think things have to be this bad economically. Like, I think in other places in the world, things are a lot better. And America is just getting worse and worse. And I think people are just accepting that it keeps getting worse and worse. And they like to complain about it. And it's comfortable to sit in their grief. And a lot of people aren't like that. But, like, that's the general vibe that I'm getting from Americans. It's just like, well, I guess we're repeating history. Sometimes I can't even watch the news. I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity for that right now. And I just go outside in my garden. I just come here. And I'm like, the news can't affect me here. I think I'm going insane. Because I want to have a career. I want to do something with my brain that I trained really hard for 4 years to get a piece of paper that says that I'm really smart. And I want to make a difference in the world. And I think I do. In my garden, I think I do. It seems like something that's actually useful for the world. I could stock shelves at a super box store, and I could make money, and I could put in my headphones, and I could listen to a podcast and just zone out. I could do that. But it would drain my soul because I would be thinking the whole time, like, I'm not helping the world. I'm hurting the world. I could not bring myself to perform a task that hurts the world. I have a hard time enough as it is driving my car. I drive a Subaru though, so it gets like almost 30 miles to gallon, right? No, 20, yeah, well, no, it's more like 25. That's kind of a big difference, Aaron. Well, numbers can be hard sometimes. My boyfriend just texted me. He makes my life easier. I love my boyfriend. I manifested, like, the perfect boyfriend, but I can't manifest. No, I can. Can't manifest winning the lottery. If I won the lottery, universe, that would do so much good for the world. But the universe doesn't work that way. You have to work hard. And I don't mind working hard, but I have to work hard in a way that makes the world a better place. Yeah. Everyone's meowing recently. You know what really pisses me off is assholes that drive huge lifted trucks, and when they cut you off in traffic and then they just lay on the gas and they're like, global warming is fake.